morning, my name is Dave. Welcome to my channel. I'm a long haul truck driver in North America. In the last video you seen me get to, well, it was pitch dark so maybe you didn't see, but I was at my last delivery in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So I'm just about 40 miles down the road from there now, at a place called Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and we're going to switch trailers here in Hazleton and take that load to Mississauga, Ontario. So this isn't a long one. This is well, I think it's about 660 kilometers. Let's have a look. It is about 675 kilometers to Mississauga from here. So we'll be there tonight. We should be there for tea time, and I'm hoping for a load home from there. We used to go back south back into America quite a bit from there, but since I've come back to Perez I haven't done that yet. It's always been a load home. So if we get a load home from there, that should get me home hopefully Saturday night. Yeah, today's Thursday. Friday, Saturday, yeah, it's a full 2-day drive from Mississauga back home. Depending on the weather, of course, it can take you a bit longer. So that's what we're up to. This place where I'm switching trailers, I've been here a number of times. It's one of our regular spots. Bit of a nightmare at times just to get the trailer dropped. It's more like a trailer storage yard for every other company under the sun. I think it's just where the companies leave their trailers when they haven't got room in their own yard. So it can be a bit of a nightmare. See what it's like when we get there, but drop this, get the loaded one. I'm going to stop on the way up, get some fuel, and get some fuel in the States before we cross into Canada, where it is much dearer in Canada for the fuel. So we'll get that before we cross the border on the way up. And like I said, hopefully get up there this evening. Let's see what's happening next. So we've been in switch trailers in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. We're now up in Buffalo, New York. We're just probably only about 4 miles from the border crossing here in Buffalo, the international border crossing at Peace Bridge. So we're still a couple of hours away from, well, yeah, a couple of hours away, I guess, with the traffic from Mississauga, where I'm dropping this trailer. And then once I've dropped this, I'm then grabbing an empty. I'm actually coming back here to Niagara Falls, which is just around the other side of the city. That's the city, Buffalo City, you can see straight in front. Right the other side of that is Niagara Falls on the US side. So I'm coming back to Niagara Falls to pick up a part load to then go back across the border up to Brampton, Ontario to pick up the rest of the load, which I'm then taking to Steinbach back home. So we're looking at probably about Sunday night before I get back home, I think. I'll have to have a look how I'm doing for driving hours as well. Those are going to be getting a bit tight, I would think. So you get really close to the city here on this ring road. I'm going to leave the camera running till the approach for the border crossing. Let you have a look at Peace Bridge and well, it's actually the river, or the river or whatever you call it, it flows between the two lakes. So almost right at Niagara Falls, but it's not very fast moving up here. I think we're going to run into a bit of traffic as well as we get across the border heading up towards Toronto and around that way. So I'd like to get there a bit earlier because I've got to get an empty trailer, but they need to know my empty trailer number before they can set up the border crossing for me for coming back down empty. I'd like to get that done tonight, and then there's a Flying J truck stop at Fort Erie just on the Canadian side there. I'd like to get back there, spend the night there, and then cross the border first thing in the morning. So this is the duty free that we're just going to be coming past here on the right hand side. On the left there, that's the US Customs. This is a Peace Bridge. Maybe you can get a glimpse down there so you know what I was talking about. Then just as we get over the other side here, down on the right hand side is the Canadian Customs. So you can actually look down here and see what kind of queue there is to get through.
David Caldwell, a new operating zone has been detected and is pending your acknowledgement for activation.
That's my e-logs letting me know that I'm now on Canadian hours. Well, I will be once I activate it. Yeah, not much of a queue down there at all. There's no queue, in fact. Oh, there is, yeah, there's a little bit of a queue. Not bad though. Right, so that's it. I'm not going to film any more here. And it'll probably be tomorrow before I'm back again. It's now Friday morning and I'm back stateside again, back in the US. Last night I got done what I wanted to do. So I got back to the truck stop at Fort Erie, almost right on the border there, and then I crossed this morning and I'm now in Niagara Falls, New York. So I'm just around the corner from my first pickup. I think I said yesterday I have 2 pickups to do on this load. I've got this one to do here, and then we head back into Canada again. To pick up in Brampton, Ontario. Here I think I've actually been to many years ago. I don't quite remember. Unfortunately, being so close to the border, I might have a bit of a delay after I've loaded because customs clearance and crossing the border all still needs to be set up, and there isn't many places that I can actually stay while I wait for that, so I'm probably just going to have to hang around this area somewhere until I get customs clearance. find out what's happening. So I didn't do too well with the filming today. Had a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. So I left you outside my first pickup. It was then discovered that I'm loading hazmat as they call it here, but hazardous. And to get back into Canada, you've got a choice of two bridges to cross back into Canada from that area into Ontario. The problem is with the hazmat, one bridge required a form filling out and sending into them for pre-approval, and the other bridge on the website said they required 48 hours notice. So it took 2 hours to load 3 pallets, and once I'd got the pallets on and got my paperwork, I sent it into the office and let them work on it and make the decision. So eventually it was clear to cross a Peace Bridge where I'd crossed it yesterday as well, and first thing this morning on the way back. So I then forgot to film anything on my way to my second drop, but I've got second pickup, sorry, but I've got that on now, and we are heading home. Still over 2,000 kilometers away from home, but should be there late afternoon Sunday, I'm hoping, if the weather is okay. I'm going to go as far as Sudbury tonight and see where that gets me tomorrow night. So getting a little bit of rain just now, and the temperature's hovering right around freezing point, so taking it steady, watching for it freezing. So I'm not going to linger on this, guys, because obviously it's dark and you don't see a whole lot. So we'll be back. I want to try and get some footage of the drive across Ontario again and let you have a look at that. Good morning, people. It's now Sunday the 8th of January. We've had a good couple of days coming back through Ontario. By now you should have already seen the footage. We got some good footage coming through Ontario there. Let you get a glimpse of what it's like. But we're not back in Steinbach, so we're at the end of this trip. Been a very good trip, a bit of a long one, but very good. By the time I park up, I've done 6,100 kilometres with 5 drops, 2 pickups and 4 border crossings. So a good paying one as well. We've got the truck booked in tomorrow at Integrity. For those that have been following along, that's for the check light that's on because of some wiring issue to the headlight. There's some wiring's rubbed through, so it's booked in tomorrow to get that done, and then we're going to leave again Tuesday. Having a bit of time off at the end of this month, so I want to get going again. I want to get another couple of trips in before I have some time off at the end of the month. So yeah, good trip. Good weather as well for a change. Haven't had to mention the bad weather this video, so that's good. So this has been a load of hazardous that I've brought back as well, so got this dropped off and then I have to get the paperwork into the office. Just the way the hazmat regulations work over here, once it's dropped, they need to have a copy of the paperwork because they're now responsible. So we'll get that in right away. And we're going to go home, going to get a shower, get changed, come back up to Steinbach, and we're going to see the grandkids tonight, see the 2 boys. So looking forward to that. So that's it, guys. Thanks once again for joining me. Thanks for watching. I'll put the map up again at the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for joining me. Be back on the next trip. See you all soon. Cheerio for now.